Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Woo! Let's take a look at this video. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, okay? But I do want to say this, if you know that the camera is going to be rolling and maybe they're going to have a spokesman or spokesperson, listen, if you're the slow one, maybe not the so astute, or maybe you're not just vocal, or maybe you're shy, you might want to just, have a seat. Now, I don't know if they planned this or maybe the guy just started filming, but listen to this. It says Chinese man working in Africa telling his honest opinion about African men as workmen, leaders, producers, and providers. And aside, again, we're all entitled to our opinion. You can agree or disagree. I just want you to look at what I perceive as the lackadaisical attitude of the men. Nobody's coming hard, no counter refute, just, oh well, just seem to be just have a lackadaisical attitude, no need to try to defend, but hey, maybe you can't defend what, if maybe they think it's right, maybe they agree with it. Okay, so check this out and let's have a conversation. Maybe a little sensitive for you. And here we go.
政府办事的效率太低太低，我们就是跟政府谈，这都谈了，在春节左右的时候就开始谈，现在已经半年了，到现在都没有一个明确答复。原来说是你们受欧洲国家管理这么长时间，应该是学到了很多先进的管理经验。
哪有多少时间？没多少时间呢。我们炒那个要那个国经济，很炒。现在是50年，这几50年那个。
就是50年以前，你不是都受他们西方
50年以前什么都好啊。
是啊，那个先进的影响，这个代代往传下来，越传越文明，越发达了，怎么越来越倒退，越落后了？把原有留下的东西根本都没有更加的爱护保护去利用它，反而都遭到毁灭性的重创，成了这样子的话。就慢慢经过几代人，他是就是中国说的那句话：“今日有酒今日醉，明日没酒喝凉水。”就这样子。在这个消费观念上的话，中国人和他们刚果人他们受比利时西方影响绝对不同。他们有钱没钱啊，该消费照消费，那潇洒的很。一发工资那几天特别潇洒。
Now, some people are going to get mad, but here's the thing about it. As you can see, he said clearly they learned from the Belgians, okay? And that's how people should look at things. He said they learned from the Belgians. And that's the thing about it. Instead of getting so emotional, I don't like what he said, that's the problem with a lot of people, and they can't really think for themselves to say, hey, let's take the information and try and do better. So listen to what he said. They learned from who? The Belgians. You can learn from anybody, but guess what? If we're so stuck in our feelings and we're so highly emotional, you're never going to get anywhere.
反而都遭到毁灭性的重创，成了这样子的。
I guess that's his family. Assuming it's his family.
就慢慢经过几代人，他是就是中国说的那句话：“今日有酒今日醉，明日没酒喝凉水。”就这样子。在这个消费观念上的话，中国人和他们刚果人他们受比利时西方影响绝对不同。他们有钱没钱啊，该消费照消费，那潇洒的很。一发工资那几天特别潇洒。 比利时我没有直接接触到，当然我觉得接触他们这些人，但因为他受比利时这个影响，应该是我想也是这样子的。男的也是，你有钱那几天狂的可着呢，过完节就你二老子回来了，再没几天他就给你借钱了。其实他们喝酒，让他们说喝酒，他喝不了多少，就喜欢那个，喝酒吧里喝一喝，屁股扭一扭啊，他这扭屁股这真是一绝啊，这确实是一绝啊，身材好看。
Okay, so that's a couple.
这样以后这个一顶就进去了，这个粗呀这么长的啊！啊，你们真的不能，我叫你拿一个粗的。尤其他们这个黑人开车这个，他们这个开车这个，你看那个他一起步的车轮子在边上打转。建起来不容易很的，到处的这个基础设施都。
Okay, I'm going to mute it for the music. Playing some country music.
Avec lui quand sa façon de parler.
你真的是，
你很哪里？你要干什么？
不是我干什么，你都不准备一下，把这盖怎么叠呀，得盖呀。你看我都在做着准备。
So, teachable moment. Teachable moment. Let's kind of go over a few things here. And again, people are so, you can say something, they get so triggered. Oh, I'm mad. Are you mad because does that depict you? That's why you can never move forward. This statement, he says, experience should be passed on. Only way that you can develop, and I totally agree. That's why when I got on to my friend about her family coming for the family reunion, she sells insurance. She got all these family members, but nobody will buy from you, but they can come stay in your house and all this fake. Oh, we love you and we're going to have church together. And if you need me, call me. Oh, but I can't do business with you. And when I told her about the guy that told me about how his grandfather and an insurance agent did business back in the day before he was born, and they continued that. Everybody in the family, because those two men got along, a customer and a business owner got along. Everybody insured all their homes with that one insurance agency. Everybody in the family used that agent for their homes, their cars, their businesses, the beach house. They all used that one agent. Now, and he's telling me this, his grandfather's deceased. They inherited a beach house. The agent that his grandfather was using, that person is also deceased as well. But guess what? That agent, his children became insurance agents. So you can see what happened. He passed the business down to them. Other man, he passed the knowledge down. Hey, I like this agent. We're going to go ahead and use them. The whole family uses them. So you can see how two men did business together. And next thing you know, they kept the money in the family, in their unity, in that friendship. Everybody in the family uses that same agent. What is that example of? Experience being passed on. And that's what a lot of people don't want to hear. That is a good example of experience being passed on. Generational wealth. So a lot of times we don't want to hear things. Oh, we get so butthurt in our feelings, and I'm so mad, and I don't like that. Love to tear down. That's why a lot of people are down. Yeah. What's the saying? You reap what you sow? I had a conversation with a black man, a businessman, world traveler. And that'll be a different video. What he said, didn't necessarily like, and I kind of figured that. But was it accurate? And then later on, I thought about it. Yep. How many examples are there? So experience should be passed on. Only way you can develop. That I totally agree. What that man was doing, he passed down those two men a business to his children, and the other family member, his friend, is teaching his family how to keep the money within the group. They like each other. We can't do that. So is it okay just to pass down what? Poverty? Is that the best thing to do? Experience should be passed on. Only way you can develop. So if we're not doing that and we're passing on poverty, we are going backwards. Like the Section A, I mean, shocker to me. The Section A, what is this, apartment can be passed down. This statement here, you neglected the things others have left you. So who in the heck would get a Section A apartment that's free? The first thing you should do is not have a child early. That should come up. What's more, it said you completely destroyed them. A Section A voucher program apartment passed down. Cheap rent. Should have been on get a job and save money. Get a job and save money. That should have been on the deal. But no, we don't want to hear anything different. People have a closed mind. They want to hear, even though you're doing everything wrong, you packing your bags and you're going to go on a trip and there's a car out there that has no engine. And it's not electric. And you still gonna pack your bags to hop in that car and then wonder why you're not going anywhere. You can try to turn it all day long, put the key in. It's not electric. It's not. There's no engine. Good luck. But we want to hear, hey, that's okay. We're doing all right. Don't you talk about so and so. You shouldn't be saying that. Close mind. So emotional. One lady, she said, Becky, she said, oh, I voted for Biden. And she was having a hard time with Bidenomics, inflation. Everybody's having a hard time except the ones at the top, the rich, okay? A lot of them are making more money. The wealth gap will increase. And she said, she made an emotional decision because it's something she didn't like about Trump, some of his tweets. Then she said, I'm starting to rethink my decision because guess what? My life wasn't as hard as it was under Trump. And see, I can commend her for that because at least she can recognize it. Some people, no. Will. Such a closed mind. Such a closed mind. There's a woman, she's a baby mother, single parent, and the man just took off. And him taking off on her probably was the best thing. Because you know what she did? She realized, oh, I thought we were solid. If I became a child, we might get married the whole 9 yards. People will change up on you. So she realized that. She went ahead and put herself through college. Doing fine. The next man that came along, she learned from that lesson. Yeah, he may be talking a good game and all that, but so did the first one talk good game. Got her pregnant, and then when the baby came, hey, guess what? No, actually, before the baby came, the guy just totally turned on her. You were on your own. She learned from that. A hard lesson. She didn't keep on making the same mistake over and over and over again. And that's why a lot of people will suffer, don't want to listen. I've done it in trading. My mom's like, hey, go ahead and get out. You got some profit. Oh, bears make money, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered. I've been all three. I want to wait and get a little bit more money. Yeah, not. Let your losses be your lessons. And I've learned from that. But a lot of people have a closed mind. I don't like what he said, and they're just mad. You know why you're just mad? Because you don't want to change. You're not. Maybe some people are not intelligent enough to process information. Can't process it. Might be a little slow. So then when you hear something that's foreign to you that you don't like, you get mad and all up in your feelings and doing the same old thing over and over again. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. The party said about the money. I want to get to that. The party, and here's another thing too. I don't know if this was planned or not, but that guy, maybe this one right here, they should have got somebody else because he's not very vocal. He doesn't have anything to try to counteract it. They should have got somebody else on the film. So here he says about, the drinking, go to the bar and then shaking their behinds. And then next thing you know, asking someone what for some money for a loan. asking for a loan, bad financial habits. See, when he said they learn from the Belgians, that's a problem. When you have a one-track mind, you can't learn anything. Can't learn anything. And then he says, I suspect you're like that. Sometimes people can look at other people and learn what not to do. On payday, the men go crazy. And I've actually heard of this. I kid you not. I've heard this as a kid, as a man getting a paycheck and going to the bar and broke on Monday and has a family. They would depend on my father, our family, to go and feed them. It was crazy to me. 2 days later, they come asking you to loan them some money. Bad financial habits. So basically, I've heard like drink your money up. They stand at the bar drinking a beer, and then they start shaking their behinds. So again, good example for this here is the world is watching. The world is watching. And when they see behavior like this here, you can easily conquer. Oh, you sure can. People sometimes they can stand back and watch a person. Stand back and watch a person. Why? To manipulate you. Now he's got one person driving that truck. Doesn't mean every black man gonna have an accident. Okay? But he's observing. Look at this. You can't imagine what it took to build it. The infrastructure has now gone to waste. Well, if they haven't built it and don't have a major investment in it, it's different. He says, you know nothing about your country. That is very insulting. Very insulting. Look at this. Now I call him lazy. What do you want? You just say you're just lazy. Look at me struggling. You're standing there doing nothing. Why is a man standing there doing nothing? Not a builder. Some people they don't want to be a builder. They just want somebody to tell them what to do. Don't want to be a leader. So I wanted you to see this. I know some people get up in their feelings and get so emotional, and that, and I thought about it again. I'm going to do a video on a conversation that I had with that black man. What he said again, wealthy world traveler. It makes a lot of sense. And I said, wow, this can be applicable to the Cynthia G's. I was like, man, corporate America in the streets, in the neighborhood. Yeah, I'll tell you what he said. So this here, look at me struggling, and you're standing there doing nothing. I mentioned a story before where I was on a job, and something had happened on the job. Oh, the AC went out. Yeah, and it wasn't a power failure in the area. It wasn't that. It was the actual building. And all the men went looking to try to get something done. It was a few men there, mainly a lot of women. And so I told African American, I said, hey, listen, nobody can work. Electricity is out, AC is out. I said, the computers, everything just out. I said, they're trying to figure out what to do. I said, I think you should just go up there, at least as an African American man, somebody go up there and try to figure out. I said, they don't know what to do. They're not electricians, but they're trying to figure it out. I said, so I'm just going to be honest with you. I said, you got all white men up there trying to figure it out. And they're just workers, just like you and I are, different departments. I said, maybe just go to see what's going on as like a representation because it doesn't look good. Nobody is working. The AC went out and then the electricity went out. And then, and it turned out to be some kind of mechanical thing with the building, long story short. But at the time, nobody knew. So I said to him, just go up there as a black man. I said, because I'm kid you not. I said, all the black men are sitting down. Nobody's working. They're just sitting down, just chilling. I said, so maybe you can just go up there as a black man to kind of represent that we are concerned, not let them just to be the ones, to go and see about things. And he was like, I don't know anything about that. So, hey, he didn't go. Then, and I thought about that. Why do I mention that? People need to know images. They say image is everything, and sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. So it's stuff like this here. This guy, again, they shouldn't have picked him. I don't think to be on the video. They should have got somebody else. If they knew it was going to go on, they should have got somebody who's kind of on it, because he just seems to represent a lackadaisical attitude. And with that attitude, whatever the issue is, that person is not going to be able to build. You can try to put him around somebody who does that. If it's not there, it's just not there. I respect someone trying to do something than opposed to somebody that's just standing up doing absolutely nothing. So this man has his opinion about I'll just say the African men that he's working around, because I doubt he's midair. All of them, come on now. He's having his opinion about the African men that he's working around. But the whole thing I want you to see is image is everything. The world is watching. You know, the world is watching. And like he said, we learn from the builders and all that. That's like people need to do. Learn from others. You can learn what to do and learn what not to do. So anyway, let me know what you all think. I found this very, very interesting. And especially the part about, like I said, learning from others, especially the part about, let's see, they were saying here that they're negotiating. Learning how things work. My father would say the same thing. You've been here all this time, don't know how things work? Being emotional, how is that working? A many person now is emotional, upset. Okay, but you can't think clearly when you're always so emotional. So emotional. Making the same decisions over and over again, and it's just not working. It's just not working. Why? And then anybody that says this here, I love experience should be passed on. Well, you can't pass on experience as an entrepreneur when every time we look up the entrepreneur in the BC ends up getting either boycotted, robbed, or unalived, killed. Keep on robbing. Uh-oh. And believe it or not, that is passing on experience. The experience you're going to learn is not to open up a business in the BC. May not work out well for thee. Keep on robbing. Keep on stealing. You trying to build grand opening, grand closing. We can't even get to a point we can even have the experience to be passed on. Why? That's the only way you can develop. And what have we developed as a collective? So with stuff like this here, many people are going to get mad in their feelings, and that's your problem. We want to go ahead and smile for the camera and pretend that everything is okay. There are no secrets. Everybody pretty much knows everybody's business. Experience should be passed on. We can't even get to that part. We're passing on the experience of haterade, how to tear each other down. There's a lot of anger, and there's more anger now than ever. Why? Resources. People's lives are being upended. So if we couldn't get it together when things were going well, we had more people employed, had their jobs or resources, what makes you think when things get a little bit more troublesome that all of a sudden it's going to get better? No, it's going to get worse, because we're in a different financial climate, a different climate altogether. So keep that in mind. Experience should be passed on. The only way you can develop. And that I just have to agree with that statement. We can't even get that part, because time we have a grand opening, somebody gonna come and do a robbery, or tear it down, or a shooting, grand closing. And that's the experience to learn that you cannot open up a business in the BC. Can't, and I got insured. Fear for how long? So with things like this here, our people love to just tear stuff down. That's why they have no idea what's coming. And when it does come, some things now, the community work toward that. Oh yeah, work toward it. Some people don't want the voucher. You could be a good person, but there's so many that have acted up on the voucher, and with the kids running wild and the violence, and then the police are coming knocking, and they come into the apartment. Don't even want it anymore. Don't want the trauma. Why? Because of their experience. And we want to pretend like, oh no, we are doing nothing wrong. We're just a victim of our own ignorance. Can't listen to a different point of view. Nobody can tell us nothing. Got a one-way, one-track mind. So yeah, let me know what you all think. I just found it very interesting. You don't have to agree, but it's things like this here. As I said before, the world is watching. There are no secrets. We think we got everybody fooled, and we're doing okay. We're gonna be all right. A many person thought they were gonna be all right, and guess what? It wasn't. Like that movie 99 Homes. Oh, we have an attorney that out with the eviction. Well, man, what's going to happen? Oh, we have an attorney. We have an attorney. Yeah, and you did. And then they come back later, and guess what? The person's already gone. They had an attorney. Yeah, but guess what? They have a court order. And it's been signed by the judge. You're going to be up out of there. Have an attorney means nothing. They have an order. Next thing you know, the person done lost their homes. Got to move out. Last minute. You got 15, 20 minutes, and you sitting up, you got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. How you gonna move that out? Not a move truck or anywhere to be found. Ma'am, just sir, grab some things that you can get, and then they go ahead and just lock it on down. Oh well, but you have an attorney. Don't want to listen. Don't not listening. Maybe look at the paperwork. The game thought that too. Remember when that lady on that show, it went bad? I think she didn't get picked, and then she served in those papers, and he just tossed them and did his thing, do what he want to do. Yeah, $7 million judgment. Don't want to listen. So emotional. So yeah, let me know what you all think. I found this very interesting. You don't have to agree with it, but again, this is also show you how people will pretty much watch and observe, and then they can make their next move. And if you're not aware of it, that's how you can be easily manipulated. Anyway, Simply Said on YouTube. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Love you guys, and I'm out.